Welcome to DashBored.
Hola.
Welcome. Hello.
Gents.
I don't know any other languages, so.
I don't either, but I think that's
Del Dolce.
Guten Tag.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but nice. Well, it's another lovely evening. Another day we could see the sky. There was at least, it wasn't black when you got here.
Yeah,
it was nice.
Either
Yeah.
I was later this time, or it was lighter longer last time, because it was basically sun and set when I got here. So.
Could be that gray sky. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
All I know is I could see your cars out the window when you all arrived.
Correct.
That is good progress.
That is.
Yep.
Sadly, we're only, what are we, about 8 weeks till the to the longest day of the year.
That's about right.
Let's
June.
not count.
It goes
let's not go
remarkably
there
fast.
yet.
Let's not
It goes
count that.
remarkably fast, doesn't it?
No.
Sure
And it
does.
starts creeping the other way.
No.
Sad.
Anyway, it's been quite a week.
Oh.
We're gonna drag through a lot of stuff today, but the most important is, quote, our week in cars, of which one of us at this table had a big week. Lots of things happened. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah, okay.
I'm actually really interested because I know about 50% of the info.
Right.
I think there is going to be some late.
I can't
breaking
wait.
news, but
He's purposely played his cards close to chest.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the internet spoke and influenced him.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
right.
we'll see
Okay.
what he has to say.
Let's hear from the party that we're talking about. Like
The
he's not
Don.
here. Yeah.
right
Let's hear
to
it for
it.
the Shawn. Go, man. Hit
okay.
us.
So this week in cars, and this week was actually last week, but you get the point. So I was in Ottawa, I think, and as we've talked about on the pod before, I have all of the alerts. I have them on the Porsche website, the Auto Trader website, the Bring a Trailer website. On and on and on.
How many emails you get in a day that aren't work related?
Actually, not that many. And you know
really?
what? Gmail's. So I use Gmail, and it sort of separates them, right? It's like promotional
Oh, yeah,
shit,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I've got a lot of.
Yeah, but that's only recent.
Yeah, maybe 2 years. You
Okay.
probably,
Yeah,
recent-ish.
yeah.
So no, it's not overwhelming by any means. And a thing came up and said, "Hey, a new Cayenne has come up for sale, and there's no picture." But I dig into it, and then I look up the VIN, and it's a dark blue metallic, which is basically my favorite dark blue of all time.
Quick fit check. Sean's wearing all dark blue.
Yeah, that
Hat,
Pretty much.
everything. Literally everything is dark blue.
Yeah.
Okay,
Lives
go.
and
Continue
breathes
on.
it.
Fair
Sorry to
point.
interrupt.
Yep. And then I find out, of all things, is at a Hyundai dealership in Woodstock.
Okay.
And so I'm like, well, I'm going by there. And so I pick up the phone and I say, hey, what's the deal with this car? And they don't know anything, of course. They took it in on trade. They say we bought it off the original owner. They did not have maintenance records. 144,000 kilometers. And they said, basically there's nothing wrong with the car. It's going to go for, X price. So let's just talk about it. It was I think they're asking 24,700, which for a Cayenne diesel single owner with low kilometers, this is a .1, but that's a fair price. So
Yeah.
there's probably some skeletons in the closet. I don't know where this thing came from. So I popped in on the way home from somewhere and looked at it, and it was gray and raining and cold. And you could tell the car, like the wheels are full of brake dust. There's a couple things, there's a little scuff in the front bumper, and the interior is not clean, but it's not like gone. I mean, it just needs, 4 hours and some love and
Just
some-
not prep for sale.
correct. Yeah.
But all of that, what he's describing, is exactly what everybody does when they make a deal to trade their car. They stop cleaning it. They
right.
just forget it, right? Like,
Well, yeah, and the
once you make the
dealership, I
deal.
think, probably just listed it like, screw it, we'll just throw it up, and if it can go,
that's
if it
interesting
can go
how
in 2
fast they
days,
did
let's
that.
go.
Right.
And
And
it needs to be Shawnitized.
well, and this,
oh, that's a word.
That's a tag.
I like it.
Dang.
we actually
Almost
we
like diligence.
We have a couple.
Come around to that.
yeah, we have a few taglines set. And you also have to, think back to last week when I described my fastidious sort of approach to cleaning things. And so when I look at a car that I'm like, oh, that's got some work. I mean, probably a lot of people are like, yeah, it's great. So
Right.
where did we go from there? So I didn't have time to drive it, actually, this is sort of minutia now, but someone had actually put a deposit on the car from the time that I called and for the time I got there that day.
Yeah, which is the same day it arrived on the market.
Correct.
Right. Which is impressive, honestly.
Yeah. And they said, well, out of respect, and of course, if you drove it and crashed it and I have a deposit, that'd be a disaster. So they said, sorry, but you can look at it. And he said, I'll call you if it falls through.
Fair enough.
Well, doesn't the guy call me? He said, look, this gentleman came down from GTA, couldn't get the money. So it's back in the market.
Okay.
So then I went back up and drove the car. And from what I could tell, Oh, and in the meantime, too, I called our friends here at the local Porsche dealership and I said, look, I know you don't have the history in this car, but has the emissions recall been done? Is that warranty expired? What else can you tell me? And credit to them, they were lovely. They said, oh, I can see this, this, and this, and it's been regularly maintained at Porsche Oakville. You know, you should maybe be careful about this. It went in for this emissions problem that doesn't appear to be resolved. But they kind of left me with a higher amount of confidence. Say, look, this hasn't just been, you know, tucked away in somebody's back shed and not maintained. So
Right.
That's good.
Yeah. So anyway, to make a long story shorter, basically, I was trying to see, well, what would they, you know, if I sell my car, they gave me some ridiculous number. I was in contact with Audi, who, you know, I bought my car from, know them, know the sales manager. Said, like, look, if anybody's going to want this car, you'd probably give me top dollar for it. And
Which is your what do they call it? All road?
All road.
All road.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're few and far between.
Yeah, you don't see them around. Yeah.
So they took their time, but they did actually eventually get back to me, which is part of this story. So on the Cayenne, I did a poll with the group. Everybody basically said, well,
Which group? This group.
this group.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Two of them
there's
said
another
you should
group.
absolutely buy it. Life's short. And don't do your due diligence, which means just buy it and think later.
Hey, who said that? Was that Dylan?
I think that was
yeah,
Dylan.
right.
And there
I have a
was-
question about that after. Go
No
ahead.
problem.
There was another, there was a very deep sort of euphemism in there or something, but I can't even remember what it was now.
See, but I'll be honest. I started wondering if that came from ChatGPT. I started wondering if
No,
he had just
no.
fed in some
He had
thoughts
had some
while he was on the
whiskeys.
road.
He had a couple of whiskeys.
No, jeez, no.
He'd been up in New Liskeard. He has,
Right, so I
has
thought-
a new
I hadn't
meaning
made
to
it
life.
there yet.
He's getting all philosophical in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Look at this forest.
Contemplating life.
Exactly. Yeah.
So to sort of bookend this Cayenne thing, I got a number that I thought was reasonable for my car. And I went to the dealership, the Hyundai dealership, and said, look, you're going to, quote unquote, buy my car.
Yeah.
But there's a buyer waiting in the wings. They're going to give you this amount of money.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pay tax on this car just for the sake of paying tax.
Yeah.
And then we can put a deal together. There's going to be a few $1,000 in between. And they said, no, we don't do that. I said, well, sorry, help me understand. You don't take trades? And they said, no, like we just don't do business like that. And I said, well, I don't really understand. And then they got kind of miffed and they were sort of standoffish. So I was like, you know what? And Ryan, to his credit, the two of them were just like, yeah, jump in with both feet. He said, you know, this car is going to cost you some money in the long run. I think you are right about that. You know, even when brakes and tires, all those things are more expensive than the car I have now. At some point in time, those emissions things just break. They clog up. They do whatever. Not to mention it's 3 years older than my car. Need to put CarPlay in it. So his sage advice was, I don't think you want to do this. And I've come to the same conclusion. But my week in cars is not yet over because now, in my mind, I have a pocket, you know.
Now you've discovered this amount of money.
Well,
Because
precisely.
they've offered him something for the Audi.
Yeah.
Correct. So I'm
Right.
like, well.
Right. Okay. What can I buy with that?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
And Ryan and I had a conversation earlier today, and
I don't remember that.
we look, it was brief. We look, you know, when you look around at, typically you look at a new car, but honestly, there's not a ton out there that is exciting. Hence the sort of Cayenne thing. It's backwards a little bit, but it's, you know, it's interesting. It's unique. But the one thing that is the exception to that, and if you think back to my history, I'm a Volkswagen person. I'm
Yes.
also a hatchback person.
Oh.
The one thing that still sort of tugs my heartstrings is the Golf R.
Oh, yes. You did quickly mention that.
Yes.
I dismissed it.
So I had a conversation with the Volkswagen dealership today, and my man maths are this. You take, my car is 8 years old, right?
You got a notepad out? Let's write this down. Okay.
Yes.
8.
So you're, at some point, it is going to have something more significant than what's happened to date go wrong. That's
enough.
going to cost some money. It's also going to continue to depreciate. And as you get closer to that 200,000 kilometer mark and sort of 12 years old, things start to become, even if they're well kept, people are just like, oh, geez, that's a
Yeah.
15-year-old car. I don't want that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, so you take this money, you basically put it towards a lease on a new Golf R.
Mm-hmm.
I have maintenance covered for the first 2 years. I have warranty. I have a brand new car, which is still fun and exciting and engaging. We are car enthusiasts after all.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do a single pay lease, which basically means you pay it all up front and you save some interest. You don't say all of it, but you do save some.
Okay.
So I thought,
I've
okay,
never heard of that.
Me neither.
yeah, nobody really does it, but if
Okay.
you've got equity or a trade or whatever, and and this is actually a fact I didn't know today. So if you take a leased car and you roll, you trade it in, quote unquote, trade it in, give it back to them early, and even if you have some equity in the car, they're not allowed to save you the tax on that. But if you own your car and you put it towards a lease, you do.
So you only get to make that jump once because you couldn't go the other way.
Yeah,
back.
it's hard to go back the other way.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm thinking, okay, so I take this money from my all road, I get a brand new car for the next 4 years,
Under warranty, ready to go.
and basically, we haven't got the nuts and bolts right down to the numbers, but for less than $100 bi-weekly, I drive this Golf.
$100 biweekly.
Less
so it's
than.
$200 a month.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, so this is where now you guys get to go around the table again and say, is that a good idea or a bad one?
Well, first of all, I have a question. There's only it's fairly simple. What color is it going to be? Let me guess.
Yeah,
Blue,
you
white,
stole
or
my
black.
question.
Yeah.
So you would think, but actually, I think it would be black.
Black.
Which makes no sense from
Really?
all the things I just
Are
said.
you okay with a black
Yeah.
car? Like,
Yeah, I think
probably the
so.
best guy to ever own a
think
black
so.
car. But
No.
your eyes twitching a little bit.
I know, but you know what? Like, and there'll be a phase. But as we get into winter and the kids get in and out of it, and it's like, I mean, with my daily now, it's like I like it clean, but not. So you're right; it'll be dirty all the time. But
Is it because two of us at this have black cars and you're kind of coming around?
what specifically I like, and this is a different Lapis blue than your car, so don't take this personally. But
Yeah.
Golf R Lapis blue is kind of like gentian in that
It's bright.
gorgeous, and it's blue in some lights.
Yes.
and then all of a sudden it's purple.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just-
Yeah.
1000%.
I just don't like that.
Yeah.
1000%.
So black
So you-
with the blue accent
looks
calipers and the silver wing or mirror caps.
Here's another dumb question. Because you're in model year 25, you're nearing the end of model year 25. Is
No,
it still
this-
with a stick?
No,
So it's not available with a stick anymore.
not so. 25 is the model year, so it's 8.5 Mark 8.
Okay.
Right, so it's the
Okay.
updated version.
Okay.
Which has the same infotainment as we had in the Buzz a few weeks ago, which I think is livable.
With the slidey thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
all the
yeah.
no buttons.
no, but
Okay.
it's an improved version over the last one, and yes, the stick is gone.
It's gone. Okay. I thought maybe
Yep.
they made the stick until the end of 25, even though they would just be relying on inventory they built
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah, so that's, I mean, you can, in the province now, there are a
few.
couple hundred Golf
Okay,
Rs, but they're
okay.
all manual. Left over from, like, they did a production run out and just got rid of
Ah, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So they pumped up the number.
Yeah.
Okay. But you want I'm calling it a PDK, but you want an auto.
Yeah, because
Okay,
it just,
yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't.
I get it.
I get
ask
it too.
Amy
Yeah.
to switch cars, and then she goes, "Well, I can't drive it." You know what I mean? So
Right. Okay. That's, I have to
a
be
lot
honest,
to
I did
unpack.
not expect
this
that.
is off.
Okay.
Yeah,
This is a
that's
hot
out
take
of
with
left
the
field.
three of you now.
Yeah.
I know,
So
right?
$200 a month, let's just roughly say, okay, would get you what, 36 months? You'd be on it
No,
for
I,
36 months?
well, so my thinking is, and again, remember, I have a Porsche to pay for.
Yes.
I can't be sort of up the creek without a paddle in 3 years' time and have no equity in a car and then have to.
okay.
So I'm thinking more of a 4-year type thing.
Okay.
So for the next, like I said, warranty's 4 years, 80,000.
Sure.
This basically gets me to the point where, at that point, in theory,
But you're gonna have more than 80,000 on it.
Would you?
In 4
Is
years?
he a heavy driver?
I'm less so now.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I used to be more. I think I'd probably be right around there.
Oh, okay.
Plus, you use wifey's car to go to the cottage.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
And come this fall, I don't have to do the morning daycare loop. It's even shorter.
Oh,
So
yeah. Okay. There's another thing to take into account.
Yeah.
Not too much should go wrong with a VW and 80K.
well,
Knock on wood.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Just gonna be the infotainment.
100%.
I can't tell if Mike's being facetious right
No,
now.
I'm
'cause
not. I'm being
oh,
serious.
Okay.
No, I
agree.
think,
no.
I think he's perfectly accurate. I mean,
Yeah.
I drive a Tiguan every day, and the only issue it has is that the infotainment resets on a somewhat, regular
Yeah.
basis.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a responsible move you're making.
These things have 330 horsepower, all-wheel drive. They do 0 to 60 quicker than my Porsche.
I think it's
Really?
arguable
Great
that going
little
from
family
200
car.
horsepower.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
They do it in like 4 seconds
They're
flat.
very fast. I owned one. It was awesome. There's no question.
I saw a nice white one this week.
Oh, yeah. They look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do look good.
And I should add, little outside the box. I did see a Buzz driving today.
No way, really?
Orange and white one.
Oh, I like that
Creamsicle.
color. I
Yeah.
like that color.
Nice.
It's nice.
Man, Volkswagen is going to
It was not a deal.
They-
It was not a deal.
They got a lot of value though right now, right?
Is
a lot
Volkswagen
of-
the only one listening to this podcast?
It's
I think
possible.
so.
He's really nice.
If you are, please shoot us a DM. We need to talk.
I'm torn on that, Shawn. Honestly, that's really cheap. Like if you can,
But
Yeah.
what is that? But
but at the end of it, you have no car. You drop it
yeah,
out,
yeah,
get
no
rental,
car.
Correct.
and then you're starting again on something.
Right. But my, and,
So it's not you're paying 200. You're
Yeah, he's paying
You're paying the full pop.
Yeah, you're just front loading it with a big
Yeah,
chunk of money.
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
So if it's I can't remember the numbers, but let's say it's $8,000 over the 4 years. Minus my trade.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
My car is easily going to depreciate $8,000 in 4 years.
Understood. Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
more.
Yeah, yeah.
So again, you can sort of do mental gymnastics to get there, but my thought is just like, look, it's just as good on fuel. It's new. I'm sort of hedging against any major catastrophic repairs on mine.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still fun and it's sort of enthusiast based. And
I have a follow-up question.
Yes.
Is it big enough?
Yeah.
so
I mean, they've got bigger, to be fair, since your Audi
they have,
was,
and I asked myself this question too, because when I look in the back of my car, like it's certainly more than adequate for a normal size adult. It's a little tight for me. But the legroom on my car, apparently, whatever metric they use, is 35.7 inches.
Okay.
A Golf R has 35.
Oh, so it's
So
not-
do you
okay.
think my
Yeah,
kids
yeah,
are going to
okay.
worry about 3/4 of an inch?
No.
No.
I think it's arguable the Golf's got bigger since you bought your all-road. I mean, the all-road's like, what, a 2017 or something?
Yes.
So generations have changed.
Now, trunk
Yeah.
space is down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
Makes sense.
But again, when we go as a family, we don't take my car anyway.
Yeah.
So I can fit kids. I mean, I used to haul my drums around and all kinds of equipment in the all-road. I won't be doing that. I don't do that anymore now, period. So I don't need...
You got old,
Yeah,
man.
you,
Yeah.
Need, you need a
No more
dad
taking
rock
drums
band.
on the road. Yeah, yeah. That's a tough call. As a person in this room who has owned a Golf R,
Yes.
a 2615, so right when they first arrived back as the new gen, the Mark 7, with the DSG, that's an amazing car. It's super fun. It's fast. There's no question. It feels like a little mini GTR with
Yep.
the paddles. It's really fast. I'll never question it. We found anytime you wanted to take 2 people plus 2 people,
Yep.
it's not a big car.
No.
That is the issue.
That's
Yeah.
understood.
So we didn't drive it a lot in the end.
But they also don't
abandoned it.
appear big.
No. But they have got visually bigger. I think the Golf looks like
Yeah,
a bigger
I
car
think
since
it's a
we
little
owned
bit.
it.
Yep.
Yeah, but mine was Lapis blue. It's a great color. I'll never question that.
Yep.
What does Amy think about this? Have you told her yet?
No, we haven't
Has she
got-
got the pillow
She's
ready
just
or
waiting
no?
for this podcast to drop.
No, yeah, we
Are you
talked...
referring to a smothering?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay.
I mean, we've talked about so many kinds.
Right.
We did chat about the blue one. And we didn't get very deep in it because I wasn't all that invested. I mean, I kind of was, but then I talked myself out of it reasonably quickly because it just, again, it's going to be probably a money pit. So we haven't got to that as the answer to your question, Mike.
Okay.
But what you're going to do is just throw a whole bunch of vehicles at her,
Yeah.
overwhelm her, and she doesn't know, and then you just pop by
What
one.
I
flood
see
the zone
happening
method,
here
man.
is,
Yeah,
Flood the zone.
Flood the zone.
John, I'll be taking the Golf R today. You have the kids in the Atlas.
Yeah,
We'll see
yeah.
you at supper time.
Right. So that's a risk.
Yeah, that's okay, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I just a practical question? Your car runs on premium?
it does.
So this car also runs on premium?
I assume that is the case.
Does it really?
I would assume it has to. Any of the turbo engines minus the base model engines like mine.
I mean, it has
I'm kind of shocked by that.
75 horsepower more than mine, so surely it is running on premium.
Yeah, okay.
That's something, I mean, again.
But that doesn't impact you because you don't
Yeah,
have to,
yeah, you're not
that's why I
moving
wanted to
levels.
know.
It's not a jump
Because when
up
you
for
do
me.
make the jump to a premium powered car, it always is a
hurts.
little
That does
bit like,
suck.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to give feedback or questions, or I'm dying to come to a conclusion?
Yeah, I'm just kind of trying to mull this all over here.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
a big
I'm a little
swing
shocked.
here,
Me
right?
too.
From a Cayenne.
Like, yeah, that's it.
Let's
We're
go
going
with
base
Golf R.
vehicle, right?
Yeah.
First of all, we're just looking at everything that comes through the sun right
Yeah.
now. Like, we're getting all the alerts. We're
Yeah,
hearing
yeah,
about
yeah.
Panameras. We're going to the first Panamera ever built. Then we're going to the Cayenne. We're just all over the map here.
I don't discriminate against great cars. But
And then we're like, I thought we were knocking on heaven's door here.
Yeah, and not waiting for the Tiggy R to come out. Just Golf R.
no,
it's no.
No, I wouldn't.
All right.
I mean, like,
328 horsepower, 295 torque. Does that make sense?
Yeah. My car's 258 and
Are you-
273.
are you in
Would-
4Motion or what?
Would you be looking at the 4Motion or the R Black
no,
edition?
No. Look at the wheels in there. You know the answer to that.
This one.
Yes.
Okay, just 1 second. I'm just going to look at an image.
As always, we'll post a picture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all computerized.
I know
images,
that's too
but-
bad. They're renders.
But
yeah,
see, look-
it's too bad.
Oh, no, they look very good.
Oh yeah, I'll
So
never
those
question that.
those new wheels
But
are
that's gotta-
forged, lightweight,
right.
significant upgrade over the last ones. I don't know if I love the design, but I don't hate it.
Oh, I think it's very
Oh,
elegant.
I
no,
think
I
it
like
looks really
golfs.
good.
Oh, I
No,
miss
no,
golfs.
I meant the wheels
Oh, the
specifically.
wheel design.
Oh,
Okay.
golf.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
This is just a nice place to be. I'm not going to question that too much.
Yeah.
It's very
No,
cozy.
I don't
I don't
disagree.
like that it's all digital render. I was looking for a real image, but
Yeah, the seats.
the
I like
seats
the
don't
seats.
blow me away, but they would be leather, right?
Yeah. So the problem with the new, well, it's not. a
Are they?
problem.
Are they like the I don't know what it's called.
Yeah,
like
so
the
the
fake
Synthetic
but-
leather.
No,
Well,
no, those
it's
are
not
real
really.
leather.
No? Okay. Okay.
But if you go to the, so Ryan had up a black edition,
Yes.
and if you can pay $3,000 on that version to get a proper Akrapovic exhaust for the first time in North America ever,
Okay.
and the other also option you can get is cloth
Mike.
seats. So pull that up, Ryan, because you
Holy,
will like,
hold on.
yeah, like I mean, where are the wheels?
No, but hold on. Are those carbon ceramics on there?
No,
No, there's
black
no
calipers.
way.
Black
Honestly,
calipers.
though, the disc sure looks like it in the render.
no,
This,
it's not.
Could you
offered.
imagine?
Look at the difference. I'm telling you.
All of a sudden, that lease payment's $400 bi
You're talking to a guy who spent a lot of time on renders flicking back and forth between steel brakes and carbon ceramics.
That'd be a baller move, but no, it's not available.
Okay.
Go to your options thing though, and click the cloth blue interior.
Where
I've seen. I think they have one in the showroom here at Levin's with on the Atlas.
Oh yes, really.
cloth?
It's got the
There is no-
cloth with like a blue
There
kind
is
of
no
a
option.
thing.
You missed options. You go see the
right here.
no. What's the top? See the
Oh,
exterior
here?
options. Yeah, go down.
So right
There you
now,
go, right
Ryan
there.
is flicking through the
cloth
iPad.
seating package. Oh yeah. Don't love that.
Well,
Yeah.
for $3,000, no, that's a
Oh
terrible.
my God, that's $3,000.
But do you get the exhaust with it?
No, it's
Oh.
three grand for the exhaust too. Honestly, Shawn, I fully support your thinking here. My only real concern for you is like, what do you do at the end of this? Because you're sort of just trading your rental car back in, and now you're starting again.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't love that part, but at the same time, I love that. And your man math is very solid in my head, which is like, hey, I go to a car that's got a warranty again. I'm buying myself 4 years of runway.
Yep.
I like all of that part because
Yeah,
I've
you
made
guys are
those
very,
decisions too.
very risk adverse.
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure. When it comes to like
Yeah.
a daily, when
sure.
it comes to something I'm not driving every day, I'm a lot less. Totally different. Part of the reason I want to be fair here, part of the reason I was the one, if anyone hasn't figured that out, that pushed you off the Cayenne.
Yes, you did.
But I was like, because I was thinking of I was imagining your daily routine. I'm going to drive my daughter to school today, but my diesel Cayenne from
It's
12 years
broken.
ago didn't start. Ah, shit.
Now it starts.
You just, there's just
100%.
no.
What do you mean?
There's
I've gotten in brand new F-250s, and they don't start.
mistake.
They don't start. You can buy. I don't care if you're buying a $150,000 vehicle.
Yeah.
Ask a Wagoneer. How
Oh
they're
yeah,
doing.
no,
Well,
never in a million
Dead
years.
in the door-
Listen,
dead in the
to
driveway.
be fair, my argument was more around the fact that his Audi he had owned from day
Oh,
one,
I
so
get
he
it.
knew
Never
he
not
knew
started.
I get it.
everything about it. So I was like, I like that part because it was you who owned it, and I also know I hate this word, but it fits to the man here. He's fastidious. I mean,
He is.
the guy's like
He is.
exhausting. So
Yeah.
his fastidiousness is exhausting.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're still waiting on the test results to come back.
Yeah. A week to 10
They're
days,
actually
they say.
analyzing
Yeah.
this
right now. Plus, he asked to analyze it before he showed it to us. Yeah. Anyway, I fully support that part. You'll go back to just resetting to a new start date. I like that.
Well,
you start
I'm
from zero.
fully a believer, and you never do not have a car payment. You're either paying for a car payment or you're paying for maintenance and
Fair enough.
repairs.
Yeah, fair enough.
So-
Yeah.
Now, typically,
One or the
yeah,
other.
as long as you get over those hurdles, which you're concerned are coming up soon.
Yes.
Those are the ones you want to avoid.
Yeah.
Once you get either old,
Yeah.
you're usually pretty good.
Did you arrive here with your spreadsheet of spend on the Audi?
No, but I have those numbers if you're interested.
No, I was just curious.
That's another episode.
My read on his Audi is honestly, you never talk about it causing issues. So I'm
it
thinking
doesn't.
your maintenance has been
Well, it's getting there, right?
Yeah. Tires
It's
and
7
just
years
generic
old,
stuff
7,
for
8
now.
years
8
old.
years old.
right.
So yeah, you're fine. I
mean-
mean, probably a couple more.
Is that
Yeah.
a timing chain car?
It's a belt, I believe.
Belt. Okay, so
But
you're
yes.
probably facing that at some point.
100%.
Right,
That's
okay.
that's in
Yeah.
my mind.
Yeah,
And I mean,
yeah.
I know that the guides in there get brittle and they
Of course,
break.
yes,
and
of course
they're
they
all
do,
plastic.
and they wear.
Yeah.
Of course, like any of them.
tensioners. I mean, it's
Yeah.
had a water pump once under warranty. It will need another one.
Right,
They
okay.
just do that. Yeah, no, all very valid. I think you validated what I'm thinking about, which is like if I'm going to do something, this is a smarter move as compared to a
totally.
2013 Cayenne diesel. And
It just isn't going to tow anything.
no, and that's that's
Cayenne, you could tow a 747.
like a 4-winds 25-foot boat.
Exactly. Yeah.
no, that is true.
I fully support it. I'm on board. I think the other thing is you'll get sort of that new car high, which satisfies your like every few years you got to have that high.
The guys, so he looked at it today and he said, I mean, you've done an amazing, that's a really nice car. He's like, you've kept it very nice. And I
Yeah.
said, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
But I said, I've had it for 8 years. I am a car guy, and like I'm sort of just have a little bit of an itch to scratch. And to your point about the 4-year starting over thing, I think I'm okay with that because
Yeah, you look
by
at-
that point I'll probably
yeah.
be ready to do something different.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you're just buying the next 4-year chunk.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing. And then the dollars seem so minuscule because of that heavy upfront
Yep.
trade-in.
Yep.
I fully support that. A black car, I also fully support. You know my feelings. I love color, but I'm very partial to the right black car. And a Golf R in black looks sexy. I
Yeah.
like a hot hatch.
You're gonna hate it.
The black.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
Well, he could go white, but he doesn't. You don't like white cars. Is
No,
that you?
I don't like white
Yeah,
cars.
that's tough because I think white fits that
There's
car
only three
really well.
choices.
I know
That's
that
right,
is.
blue or black.
Isn't
I know,
that the
it's
bigger
hilarious.
problem?
That
right
is the
there?
bigger
That
Yeah.
is so
Amen.
funny that
Yeah.
that's all there
Amen.
is.
Well, they used to offer like a red. They had a limestone quartz color.
That's
like
right.
they had a few
Yeah.
different ones, but they've really trimmed that out now.
I think I don't.
I mean,
know.
would you ever just coat it?
Oh, like wrap it?
Oh baby, no.
No.
Code CODE.
No,
Right?
no, just like coat it like ceramic.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I think we'd have to talk to Joel. And in fact, when Jake comes on the podcast, we'll have to ask him about maybe doing a bit of some honey seal on it too.
Yeah.
Winter Warrior.
I don't know if you can on Volkswagen, right? Would that void the warranty on their
Can you
proofing?
do that on a leased vehicle?
Well, so the lease is a fair question. They do all kinds of Golf Rs, so
No, I was just curious. When
assume
I
it-
bought Volkswagens, they always had that factory built-in warranty that was like, honestly, it was
galvanized-
insanely bulletproof.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I had an issue, they fixed it instantly.
well, that's no longer 12 years. It's now down to 7 or something.
Still, you're only
But-
keeping it 4. Who cares?
Yeah, maybe
Move
you're
on.
right. Yeah, why would it bother?
Yeah,
good point.
I mean,
Yeah, I
no
wouldn't.
hard feelings towards spending $2,000. I'm just
No.
saying, I don't think there's any point.
No.
No, me either.
Yeah,
Sorry, honey seal. We just talked you out of a sale.
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, I just don't think so. For a lease car, who cares?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
No, I
That's-
totally agree.
I don't have that mentality yet, so you're probably right.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
me buying a work Tiguan. Like I don't for 2 years. I'm like, all right, I don't care.
Yeah.
It goes
yeah,
right back.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
The
care.
only thing I would just put some reasonable
Yeah, yeah.
ceramic coating on it.
Yes, exactly.
Because it's not that much money.
Just to keep this.
And it all wears off, right? So.
That's right.
Let me bookend this by saying that I'm really excited about drinking a beer in your driveway, looking at your new black hot hatch.
Oh, well, apparently
I'm
this
ready.
car lands in May.
Oh, it's not here.
Nope.
Oh, so you couldn't even touch and feel?
No.
Okay.
And I haven't driven it yet.
Don't touch the
either.
outside anyway.
Yeah.
I'd scratch it.
But we will have an update likely next week.
Wow.
But
Interesting.
I think this is a good segue to hear what happened in Mike's week in cars because there was some things, weren't there?
Did you have progress? I don't know.
Did I have progress? Not really.
I thought you had some adventures in your Cayenne.
Oh, I had a nice little weekend trip with the Cayenne. Put some Ks on.
Yep.
On a nice little road trip.
Still running like a top at
It is.
14 liters per.
Yep.
Which is great, effectively.
Yeah,
That's
That
awesome.
is.
I'm just loving it. Like again, knock on wood. Just keep putting gas in it.
Yep.
A little bit of oil every
Yeah.
now and again.
How dirty
Right.
are those wheels?
Wheels? They're pretty dirty right now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but I think it's made worse by the fact you put tire shine on.
yeah, I did.
Because
So it's-
they look
it's
great,
grabbing
but they're
everything,
getting
right?
grimy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But honestly, quick little wash, wipe, they're good.
Yeah.
Back to new.
Yeah.
So
And the tires look killer when they were shined
Yep.
up. It looked amazing.
Nice.
I'm loving it. Now that it's warmer weather, I want to do a couple little maintenance things. I want to put my new Porsche Crest on there.
Yep.
Was going to attempt that yesterday, but that is literally taking the whole front bumper off.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's not on the hood. It's underneath.
It's on.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
on the
plastic.
front bumper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
lift the hood up yesterday. Nice enough day out. I'm like, oh, I'm just going to take out these 10 torque screws and see where that gets me.
Nowhere.
Nowhere. Nowhere.
Right. You
So,
got, what do you
I'm
think you got? 3% of the job in that?
No,
Like-
not even. Like I thought that was going to be a panel I could lift off. But no,
Oh,
that's
I
just the
see.
whole rad support. And all that did was basically loosen the 6 bolts that the front bumper is attached to.
Right. And there's probably
So-
like a bunch underneath.
Oh, there's
or-
a couple underneath. I got to take the headlights out. Got to undo all the turn
my
signals.
God.
I'm like, this.
And
is
there's no way to reach from behind.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I was just
I'm like,
curious.
This is an afternoon.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And
wasn't
a few beers.
happening.
No.
Wasn't happening on
This
Easter
is not
Sunday.
an afternoon, is it, Shawn?
Well,
We've heard how this-
we've heard a roof rack takes an afternoon.
You
so-
guys weren't there.
Yeah.
You weren't there.
Exactly.
He was abandoned.
When it's time to get it off, we're gonna drive it out to Shawn's lovely garage.
Yeah.
And Dylan
There
and
you go.
Shawn are gonna take it.
Dylan's going to take it
No
off.
problem.
I'll be coating the wheels, and it'll be up
Yeah,
on the jack.
yeah,
It's good.
Yeah. Perfect.
I think it looks great. I had the pleasure of seeing it this weekend. This
good.
Cayenne looks great.
Yeah.
Can't really complain.
Nice.
My 911 is still sitting in a storage shed somewhere.
I know.
Yeah.
As I have no time to get it out.
And
Have you figured out how you're going to like work all the vehicles?
No.
Do you have to street park one of them when the day
No,
comes?
I'm going to park one at the mother-in-law. She's got an extra space.
Oh, that's right. I think
So
you
we're going to
said
park
this.
one of them there.
Yeah, she won't care.
She won't care.
Yeah.
I think it should be our Audi. But
Yes.
Wendy thinks it should be the Cayenne. I'm like, no. Cayenne should be at home. 'Cause
Yeah.
we drive it more, obviously. So.
Sure.
It needs care and feeding.
Yes, 100%. So we'll figure that out. I'm weeks away, I think, still from getting the 911.
Any
His
update?
headspace has changed. I can
I
feel
know.
it. I
I
can
know.
feel it because now the difference is honestly, I'm putting words in your mouth.
Yeah.
Tell us.
It's because I love the Cayenne so much. I'm
Yeah.
just like, I
I know.
this
He
thing.
said that.
You know, you guys are meeting for cars and coffee.
It's your
I'll see
toy.
you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
I like it. We'll get you a big
But-
curb you can park
Like,
on.
nobody's thinking drastic measures here, right?
No. Like, it's in the back of my head. I want to get this thing out, but it's just like, it's not on my schedule.
It doesn't.
Just like-
It's not like the top of your list,
No.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
And you did it for 12 grand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let that be a lesson, folks.
Yeah,
Buy-
exactly.
right?
buy
The
a
first time you go
986.
ask to seat in the 911 this year, though, I have a feeling you'll
Yeah,
get the
probably
buzz a
like it.
little bit. It feels
Oh,
good.
yeah. That
Yeah.
first downshift.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I understand exactly his headspace because I felt a little bit the same with the Mint car. I was enjoying having the Cayenne, so I was like, "There's no stress here. I
Yeah.
don't care. I
Yeah.
can take an extra week, 2 weeks, doesn't matter." I have exactly the same feeling.
I still haven't renewed my plates.
We'll just make sure the LPP doesn't listen to
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to do it this weekend, I
Yeah.
think.
It's fairly simple these days.
First step was finding the ownership.
Correct.
You did that.
God.
You did that,
Thank
so that's
God.
good.
And we should point out that Dylan hand washed his 911 for the first time since.
Oh,
Since you got
2024
Wow.
start. I have no idea.
And he drove it through the winter and
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was explaining to the guys before you got here. She's got some more wounds on her now for sure.
Uh-oh, from the winter?
Yeah, definitely.
Did you just plow into some snowbanks with all your drifting activities? Or?
I don't think it was a me thing. I think it was like, just stuff on the road getting
Okay.
kicked
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
But we'll get it sorted out. Not a big deal.
yeah. Well, our good friend Lucas, when he ran his GT3 this winter, he showed
Yeah.
me the wheels after, and he was like, they're just pitted and
Oh,
the salt,
really?
the salt's just hard on stuff, right? He said there's just pitting in the wheels, so he's getting them refinished.
Yeah.
But he explained to us like the wheels they show road rash. It is what it is. You got a lot of just stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
Yeah.
you had winners on yours, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but all that road rash still hits the fender
Yeah.
lips.
Oh,
and all
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Like you
like
still
that's-
see that kind of wear.
Oh, she's tethered in there.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
How interesting.
Yeah. You get just any like salt, any sand, sand when you're doing,
Well,
90.
like sand
Even
blasting.
30. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, like it gets up in there.
I'm fairly handy with the spray bomb.
Oh God,
He is fairly handy. It looks quite good. It looks good.
yeah,
He did a good job.
I bet he did.
Kudos.
I'll save mine for later.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I had a short week in cars, but let me just tell you, because I didn't get a chance to update you.
Yeah,
I had
let's
the
hear it.
Cayenne in for its first, what I would call health check since I've had it now for, when did I buy it? I think I've had it with 7 or 8 months
I
now.
was going to say 8 months-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had it in for its first oil change, which is
Doesn't even feel that long.
no, I know, but time flies over the winter, and which was advertised to me with this car, like, hey, because it's getting older, you should, even though the oil change interval I think is like 16K.
that's
it
absurd.
was like do it every 10.
Yeah.
So the computer was reprogrammed for 10.
Okay.
So it started to flash at me, even though we had barely driven it, because it had maybe 5,000 kilometers since the oil change. But it started to flash, basically being like, hey, 6 months
Oil
has
life
elapsed.
is- yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we took it in, and I was, to be very honest, fully expecting that I was going to get like a report back that there were 3 or 4 minor things that needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of even had gone in with a budget, knowing, all right, if the oil change is $250, I know I'm going to spend more than that.
Sure.
And I was pleasantly surprised when the mechanic, Andrew at ACC, shout out, came back to tell me that the car looked great underneath mechanically. He says, perfect. He said, the body isn't perfect, but the rest of it is running beautifully. No leaks, no dry spot. Like everything's dry, no issues.
Nice.
Which I was really happy about. I was
good.
really,
Yeah, that
I
is
kind of
good.
fully expected I was going to spend a lot more money.
And yet you talk Shawn out of a car.
Right? Yeah.
Nothing wrong with these things.
No. But I
What
just
a
think,
yin and
again,
yang,
I
right?
don't know, but I think for his
Oh,
use
no.
case, I do.
You guys are too responsible.
I think,
Yes.
no, and you know what? I am spoke.
Why don't you just write another love letter about it? Why don't you just write us another soliloquy over here?
You guys stayed up late thinking about that.
Yeah. Anyway, I was really happy. So it's been, but we don't drive it daily. It makes a big difference. We drive it like every other day. It's a toy, so it doesn't. I don't have to rely on it to take my kid to
I get it.
daycare.
Yeah. It's back. It's cleaned. It's
Cleaned-ish. Yeah. It needs a polish. Joel's coming out this week Joel's show car. I love that guy. He's coming out this week to do all the vehicles.
Yeah, he's the man.
Bring them all back to life after the
long
aforementioned winter.
And it was a long one.
Yes, it was. Yes, it dragged. And I'm hearing rumors of Ontario getting more snow up north right now.
Oh, for sure, man.
Yeah,
I
they're
just
getting a
came
lot
from there.
Yeah.
That place is ludicrous.
And they're getting more. I just heard.
I saw
Crazy.
That. I saw that.
Enough already.
Okay, let's go to the main subject. Today we all watched a YouTube video that I shared.
Some of us
Well, you
watched.
all watched it. You all know the
I watched
product.
parts of it.
We're going to talk today about a car that I find interesting, which is the Morgan SuperSport, which I'm sure everyone who watches all the car reviewers of the world has been seeing pop up, and the embargo is lifted and everybody's driven this thing.
Yep.
First of all, let's talk about Morgan in general. Thoughts?
I think it's cool.
Not the car, but just the brand.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. I think it's. I won't get into this car yet, but I think the brand is cool. Yes.
Do you like a wooden hot rod that was built in 2020?
It's nothing to do with me, but I think if that knocks your socks, have at it. I think they are interesting.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
I will concur with that.
Yeah, and when you look back on the company and stuff like that, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that they've actually stuck to their history. Like you can
they
feel
really
the
have.
lineage.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, the 3-wheel thing was
I love that too. I love those. I think they're
pretty
awesome.
wild. But no, I'll hold my thoughts on the new car. But
So I generally agree. And actually, you just reminded me of. So I'm not sure if Morgan was really on my radar, but when the 3-wheeler came out, I thought that was the coolest thing. And I mean, the original ones had what was it, like a Harley, like a big V-rod.
V-twin.
Yeah, V-twin. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is this the one from like 2010-ish? That car?
No, older than that, I
older.
think.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Maybe it was 2010.
The one they tested
feels
on
like
Top
a long
Gear?
time ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if that V out the front is that actually the engine?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, because I thought that might just be visual that they had added something onto it.
It needed it for cooling, and,
Okay,
and to that
okay.
end, I think it still got hot a lot. Like it wasn't perfect.
Okay, yeah.
It had a Miata transmission, and again, like the thing just looked like an absolute ride.
Oh, totally.
They've gone away from the. Are they electric now? They just have a different motor.
No.
They don't have that motor.
They offer
though.
one, I think, that maybe they do offer the 3-wheeler and electric.
Oh.
I feel like I've seen it.
But does anyone remember what motor they went to?
Oh, I don't know that.
Anyway,
No, not on 3-wheel.
Doesn't matter. But so I think I remember like sort of exploring the brand. And I mean, if you've watched any of this recent stuff on this, like they still, I mean, the joke is they make cars out of wood. Like there were still absolutely elements of the car that were wood framed, and they're beating the body panels over these bucks that have been around since World War II.
it's incredible.
It's just, I mean, there's an artisanship, there's a craftsmanship to it. I mean, it's antiquated in some ways.
Yeah.
But I think overall, like it's just a cool. It's sort of that plucky British spirit that's
bespoke is the word.
Yes,
That's exactly how I feel.
it's embodied in the cars.
Yeah.
Now, I guess we'll get there. But I mean, do they really do anything for me? Like if I ever lusted after a Morgan, no. But doesn't mean they're not cool. Like I think the whole story and the ethos of the place is awesome.
Yeah, I would agree with all that.
Yeah.
I never really did much for me, but they're cool. I can appreciate them.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. And I
appreciate
kind of imagine being the type of person who's like, hey, I have 4 cars,
Yep.
and then I want a 5th fun car, and I would add that. Like that's exactly where I see it would be part of a collection. It's not your
think that's
primary.
That would be your 5th car?
Well, I'm just saying, like in general, it would be on kind of farther down the
Me,
line.
it'd
you
be
know what
my
I mean?
50th.
Yeah, right,
my
right,
choices,
yeah.
right?
I'm just saying farther down the line.
Yeah.
But there's got to be like that perfect day, right? Like with one of those kind of vintage style cars where you're like, all right, it's 21 degrees today. There's no humidity, top down, because there is no top.
Yeah.
And you're just, you're just cruising. I don't know. There's something about that appeals to me.
Oh, I mean, people buy Model Ts still.
True.
Yeah.
Less appealing, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's appealing.
For
but-
me,
But
yeah.
same idea.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, this SuperSport was the thing that inspired this conversation. I've always sort of admired Morgan from one side only because of a lot of the things these guys said,
Yep.
which was like the lineage. They respect their history. They hand beat the vendors. And,
Yep.
But then I saw this, I think it was a Harry's video like a month ago maybe. He went to the Morgan and they pulled the cover off of
It
the
was a
SuperSport car.
quote unquote prototype then, but I think that was the car.
Yeah.
But it was, yeah.
I thought that was like, I love the idea that you've taken something that, I don't know the word is, it looks old, but they've smoothed it out. It's
Yes.
maybe the only way I can describe it. They've kind of just made it look,
Modernized it.
yeah, but
Yep.
I like that they've literally smoothed it. Like, let's get rid of the louvers, let's smooth out the back, let's
Yep.
put the aero disc wheel on.
Love aero
Like, I
discs.
like all of that.
Yeah.
I have some photos just so we can use as a reference point. Go ahead, Shawn.
What you were? So I was just actually trying to reference the 3 wheeler. It did come out in 2011. I mean, yeah, Ryan's holding up now a gorgeous picture of what appears to be like a penny copper.
Yeah,
Colored.
and here it is. Like, where is it? Top, up, and down, right there. See,
So
Look at those rims. They're
Top.
sick.
they're
Down
pretty
for
sweet.
sure.
Yeah,
I agree.
Oh,
Mike.
top down.
Couple-
oh, it looks
couple things
hideous
that-
with the top up.
Yeah,
I
pointed
don't
out
mind
to
it
me.
with the top
Yeah.
up.
Nah.
One
Go
thing
ahead,
I
Mike.
saw, and he was like, okay, it's X amount of British pounds,
100,000.
I think it's
100,000.
A lot.
Yeah, yeah,
Which I
yeah.
thought was enough for what it is.
Yeah.
That's with a soft top. If you want a hard top, it's an extra 4,000-ish pounds. That doesn't come with a soft top.
No,
So
it
it's
doesn't,
either
no.
or.
oh,
No, but then the offer package, you can put both.
buy both for
Yeah.
6,000.
oh my God.
We'll give you a deal.
And so
And.
it's a hard top, it removes, blah, blah, blah. A couple things I didn't like. The windows were either on or off. Like, they don't roll down. They don't move. They're non-operable.
Oh,
It's like 2 buttons. You pick
Yeah.
them up and peel that off. So if
Yeah.
you had the hard top, you got to take these windows out, put them in the boot.
Correct.
And,
The only difference here is that the window's not like plastic. It's like a solid
glass,
window you
yeah.
remove as one piece. It's
Yeah.
got a frame around it.
I don't know, there were certain cool things. BMW drivetrain.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. That
Modern
part's-
drivetrain.
So this
It
car weighs.
still
This
looks
car
so
weighs,
goofy with
it weighs
that
12,
shifter.
It weighs 1,200 kilograms
Yeah.
with 300. What
Yeah.
is that? 340. That's a lot of horsepower.
Oh, yeah.
And the
Oh.
torque, it was 550
Yeah.
something.
Newton meters. Maybe
Newton
that sounds like a
meters.
big number.
That does
Yeah,
sound
it
like a
does.
lot.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like they've just made this. They've done something. They're like, oh, let's take this. I just like that they smoothed it all.
It's
out.
almost
Yeah.
911 Singer-ish rear end.
That's very interesting
I
because I can
kind of
kind of
actually
see that,
see
and I
the
think the rear
fenders.
is where it wins the most.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
it's
it
really
definitely
special.
does not win on the side profile.
Well, the argument for me is only that I like that
It's
they've like there's no
cool.
louvers here now. Like
see,
it's just nice, smooth.
I'm the opposite. I like the louvers. I think that's kind of cool.
Oh, that's interesting. See, I
Yeah.
like it without it.
We were joking before that Howard Hughes came and just said, "Nope, smooth. We need this. We need this car smooth."
It's so smooth. Look at it. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about this car.
It's neat.
The front bumper is
It's just a design feature. It's a bumper, but it's kind of flush.
it kind of looks like a gaping mouth there.
It
Like
does.
But it needs
looks
all the
like-
airflow because they've removed the louvers.
Oh,
And the engine is a big 6-cylinder
Well,
shoved
it's
in that
smashed
tiny
in
little
there.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs a. And this thing here is like a vent for the engine, and then there's one that runs along the entire.
Oh, it's got 3
cowl.
wipers.
Yeah, because you don't have any height,
that's
right?
a Morgan thing.
Yeah, and then it's got another thing you can't quite see, another intake that's sucking air under the windshield to cool the engine.
Really?
Yeah, because they wanted to get rid of the louvers, which was a big design thing
Yeah,
for them.
that makes sense, I guess.
I don't know. There's something. You mentioned the word bespoke, and I think it's perfectly accurate. This
Yeah.
may be today, at 100,000 pounds, the cheapest car available globally that you could spec everything
Any way you
on.
want.
Every detail, every
Yeah,
stitch,
I bet you're
every.
totally right.
That makes it attractive to me in principle.
Yeah.
Very much so.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes a good point.
I can just imagine my copper penny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like.
One thing I loved, no infotainment system.
No, I love
No,
that
no.
too. Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah,
You want to tell us how that works?
Well, it works off your phone.
Yeah.
Like
What?
Your phone is your radio and your nav.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
And
Yeah.
yes,
So you have a-
there's nothing.
So you have headphones or a Bluetooth speaker on the front seat.
There's Bluetooth speakers in the
There's
car.
speakers. There's a sound system. There's a Sennheiser sound system.
Oh, isn't that interesting?
But you operate right off your phone.
Yep.
Man, you must have to turn that up.
No. See, the way they do it is they have volume and knobs here.
Yeah.
But what I understand from
Oh, I
watching
get it. But
reviews,
it's probably hella loud in there.
well, Sennheiser's got to have some punch. I mean, that's not.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not a generic system. But what I understand is, Mike, that if you want to change track, this volume knob can be changed
think
action. So you like pull it out or pull it in, and it does different
Yes.
features.
And it was the same for the other button. It was the heat button.
Yeah. So it's heat,
So-
and then changes the what is it? Changes the song.
No, so that was the volume and changed the song or the
Yeah.
track.
Okay. Yeah.
I think you pushed or pulled. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
exactly.
And then I think the heat was the control, like heat, cool controls, turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pull it or push it. And that was like the different floor, defrost sort of thing. So,
Yeah, I like that idea. It's all like there's
it's
no
minimal
screens.
buttons.
No, I like that. Yeah.
I mean, I think this is interesting because we've all talked about the fact that most of us can forgive terrible UI systems
Yeah.
or infotainment systems as long as it has CarPlay, because all you do is just basically mimic your phone. So
Yeah.
So why even have the CarPlay? To your point, just Bluetooth connect it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You run it off a couple of
And,
buttons.
and it has wireless charging. And
Yeah,
so
yeah. You so your phone sits in a port and it's just charging the whole time.
That's pretty cool.
I
Yeah,
like that.
It's very elegant. I think it might be the first car ever to do that, which I'm not sure anyone else
Yeah, I don't
does
know.
that.
Does
I
that
don't know.
I've never heard
does
of
that
it
steering
before.
wheel not like remind you of a Mustang?
It's got a bit of a Mustang
does
vibe.
indeed,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Do you know what I think would change the steering wheel, but just make all the difference? Is if all that metal there in the middle was just black. Just like get rid of that because it looks bulky.
It certainly
just make
does.
it look black, and all of a sudden it's done.
It's a bit of a shame that you couldn't just have like a prototypo in there, but I guess they probably have to have an airbag now.
It
right?
does.
Oh,
It
it
definitely
definitely
does.
has an airbag.
Yeah, this car's got crash testing and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, here's a good example. The windows are out now, and you can see. I like that the door is nice and short now, so you could literally do like the proper like arm out the window motoring. Like
Yep.
you could literally reach down and like almost touch the ground. I like that.
I will say that. I mean, again, this is on a backdrop of a beautiful landscape.
Yeah.
But that color pops. It looks great there, rolling down
Yeah.
the road.
And the aero disc wheel, Dylan's signature.
Yep.
I think looks really good here.
It does.
Like, look at that. I think that's a cool car.
Those are good wheels. I do prefer the ones. Harry did the video. I think they had the smaller 18s.
Yeah, I
do
agree.
prefer
I
that?
agree.
Oh, I
this
didn't
does
prefer
not
that.
go in that car at all. Those air discs.
But I think,
no.
I think it makes it look even more modern. I like
feel
that.
like it- yeah. I mean, that race car version was sweet.
Do you know what I like about this? It's like a Victorian person's interpretation of what cars will look like in 2020. Like, I like that. It's just something about that to
Yeah.
me.
Oh,
You
you're
know?
not wrong.
No, I know. And I dig that. I don't know.
I don't know. I just feel like it looks so close to like some weird kit car.
Looks very good next to this group of
Some
horses.
some
basically.
MG kit
yeah, I was
car.
gonna say.
There's only a little bit of wood in it. Okay.
Do you think Morgan will give you a press car on your European adventure in May?
I have no earthly idea, but maybe worth a question.
Yeah. I mean, hey.
I'll reach out more.
I just think I don't know, man. There's something about this, and it's for me the biggest attraction is yes, it's kind
And
of
it's
cool.
small.
Small,
Yeah,
light,
we all like
lots
that.
of power. BMW ZF,
Oh,
yeah.
transmission, all that stuff
Let's
works.
talk about the transmission.
Yes, okay.
Briefly.
Would you like a manual?
We would like a manual, but that stupid stick for the automatic.
Well, at least change the look on all these different cars.
Exactly. Like, it's a beautiful car, vintage looking,
Yeah.
and you got this modern BMW.
Yeah.
It's like the Ineos one.
Yeah.
right?
I was
It's exactly
I was
the
going to
same.
say I was having deja vu, but that was
That's
the car
what it
we're
is.
talking
Correct.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a thought on that, Mike. I'm with you that it does feel weird. Like, why don't they change it? And I have a feeling when BMW sells outsourced motors,
Oh,
they're
no,
like,
you gotta
do it.
sorry, you got to
We want
use
people
my
to know.
product. Exactly. I have a feeling there's a contract in the background there because
Probably.
they may be one of the last engine vendors who does it. Because I don't. Can you even buy Mercedes drivetrains anymore? I think their only customer now might be Pagani
No, Lotus.
for Mercedes. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, but
They're
that would be
buying.
their little 4-cylinder. Yeah,
Correct.
fair enough.
Correct.
Yeah.
Are they selling V12s? Anyone? No,
But I don't think they have any other
I don't think
customers.
so.
I think it's Pagani and Lotus. I mean, there can't be
I don't
anybody.
think
left.
anybody else has like the big giant penis car to put it in.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
I don't know.
On that though, I mean, I think you're quite correct on the shifter and the contract, and Lotus
sure.
famously said like everyone's beef on the 2-liter Emira car is
Yes.
the transmission tuning is horrific.
Okay. Yeah.
AMG said, and Mercedes said, no, you don't touch it. It is what it is.
Oh God.
Oh.
It's
Yeah, but
made
didn't they then agree that they were going to reprogram for the new unit?
I believe that is true.
Okay.
Although some journalists had when they said it's still god awful.
Yeah. Okay. I heard that it's got weird creep and weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is anyway DSG. This is what it is. I don't know.
As
I
a
like
combination to have, to your point, like it's a straight 6 turbocharged with an 8-speed ZF. I mean, there's probably
at 1,200 kilos.
isn't a better
Yeah.
combination of motor to have.
Yeah. And again, for me, the most attractive thing is the fact that I can literally customize it to my I love
Yeah.
that idea. Like,
No, you're not wrong on that.
I love that.
That's definitely a big positive.
let me just tell you about my spec. You ready?
Oh, I love this.
Please, please.
Have you, by the way, before you start, is there a configurator? This is
No,
There's
no,
no
no,
way.
no.
I was
To
gonna
be
say.
fair, maybe there is. I haven't actually looked. I just love
Okay.
the car. I think
Okay.
it's really interesting. You cannot buy this in Canada. We should note that. It's too
Ever?
bad. No, because
Aw,
they're going to sell.
shucks.
They're selling it in the States because Morgan's got licensing now to sell I think 200 units a year into the States.
Oh.
But apparently Canada's a whole new, regulatory body, et cetera,
bummer.
et cetera. So it's a lot of work, and the market's small.
Slap a couple winners on there.
Yeah. I was thinking that this car would obviously look killer in colors like this kind of copper penny look.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of going for it. I'm going to channel my man Marty over there with an ultraviolet type look on the outside, a
wow.
nice purple with a black interior, just something totally outrageous. If I'm going for the Victorian interpretation of a modern car, you might as well go for I just want something kick-ass on it, something that stands out. People are going to stare at you anyway.
I think
You know
that
what I
could
mean?
work.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're
I'm
certainly
thinking-
staring at you.
Yeah, exactly.
are
I
you-
like that silvery purple launch color they had too, whatever that
That
is.
is nice.
Like the mauve.
Yeah.
Mauve? Yeah, maybe that's it. I like
I
that.
think so.
But I just don't think it's... I think I'd have to have, like, if you're going to have this, just
go for it.
This is the gray wheel, but I think I would have those aero discs painted silver, too.
I was going to say, are you having the aero discs?
Oh,
at all?
totally.
Oh,
I
you
love
need them.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah.
And then I want, like, a black interior with a silver stitch. Just, like, something basic on the interior.
Yeah,
Maybe
clean.
some check black and white gingham pattern or something.
yeah.
You know?
I'm with Mike. I would describe the other ones as like a rally wheel.
Yeah, I don't like them as much.
Oh,
No,
they're
me either.
fantastic.
Yeah, Dylan's an aero disc guy. We
them.
know
Oh,
this.
yeah,
He
they're
talks about
so
aero
good.
discs all the time. Don't be surprised if he
I've
rolls
never,
up with something.
well, I've
bolted
never
on
owned them, so I've never had to clean them, which I
Well,
find
no,
is
the trick
probably...
is you don't clean them. You just let the dust build up behind them.
There you go.
Yeah,
My kind of wheel, then.
Anyway, we'll post a photo of this to share it because I think this is an interesting car. And again, my biggest interest is the fact that it's like, hey, I can literally spec this to like my exact specification for $150,000.
Yeah,
Because
that's
Porsche
pretty
just can't do
incredible.
that anymore. You want to
And
buy a
you're not
Carrera
going
T,
to
here's
see
four colors.
them anywhere.
Yeah.
No.
I wonder if Jerry Seinfeld is going to buy one. I suspect he is.
I mean, anyone who's a regular Morgan client, I suppose, got this call, right?
Oh,
But
for sure.
I don't think it's a limited product. Like,
No.
I think they're just building
No.
it.
It's just-
and I
Just
love
limited
this.
by their production.
Exactly. When I listened to the interview with the guy who I think it was Rand Morgan, he was like, "Yeah, like if you want one, no problem. It's just 7 months." I'm like, "Oh, that's totally reasonable." Like people wait 2 years for a 911.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, you're getting a fully customized car in 7 months. Cool, I'll take it. A fully bespoke car.
Yes.
I think it's cool. If anyone wants a good watch, I don't remember if it was, I think it was through the Drive Network. They did some interview with the former head of Morgan, and the guy seemed like a total basket case.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, but he went around and he was, telling about the whole. I don't think he's there anymore.
Well, there goes my press loaner.
Well, I mean, maybe they didn't part on good terms. They might actually like that comment. But,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a thought. I'm sorry to be this. I was thinking about all week. I gotta ask the fellas about this.
Surely they're somewhere in Central Europe, wherever you're going. There'll be a Morgan dealership. I think you should go and check one out.
I don't know if they have dealers. I don't know.
Do they have
You might
dealers?
just buy right
Surely
through the
they
factory.
have dealers. No.
No, there's no way.
I don't know.
My God, how many
Where do
cars
you get
they
them
sell? You
serviced?
A couple hundred, I think. I would imagine 300 or 400.
got to
cars.
mail it back.
We'll report back.
That's what I'm guessing. Yeah.
There has to be
Yeah.
a dealer network.
Just a
somewhere.
check sheet. Color?
Yeah. It could be. It literally could be a giant book.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a book that's
Yeah.
about this thick,
Yeah.
where they
Sears
scroll through a
catalog.
million-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
CD,
you get
CD
A million
ROM.
Drop it
pencil
off in
lines
the
of
Canada
information.
Post.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
thanks for sitting through the Morgan with me, fellas, because I find that what's it called? The SuperSport.
SuperSport.
I dig it. And I like that BMW engine. We know that engine it's a great system. It's the same ones in the Supra.
Yeah.
Yep.
You just can't go wrong.
Yep.
They're fast.
And there is still a Super 8 though, which is a V8 car.
I don't know if they still make it, Shawn. I think it might be done now.
Do we think that surely they can't stuff a V8 in this?
No, it's too
No.
small. The
Yeah.
car's too small. I think the Super, what was it called? The Aero 8? Is that what they
Super
call
8,
it?
I think. By the way, while Ryan's looking, I'll just update you. The Morgan three-wheeler can still be had with the V-twin motor, which is 83 horsepower, or you can get a Ford 1.5 liter 3-cylinder, which produces 120 horsepower. That would be a riot.
That would be fun.
I think, see, this is older, and I think it's
Yeah.
gone years ago. It's from 2003, but I think this
Okay.
car's been gone for a few years now.
See, I just like it because it's blue.
Well,
Well,
let's
this is true.
Just ignore that. But then, but like, ooh, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not that copper. It doesn't do it for me.
Oh, I like it. I think it fits the car really well.
Yeah, it works there for me.
We're gonna share that photo, Mike. I'm
Yeah,
gonna give it to you.
absolutely.
Yeah,
One like
definitely.
that at least, so you can see it. Because I think that's a good combo.
Yep.
Anyway, it's been almost an hour there. Let's call it an evening so no one has to listen more than an hour. How's that sound?
Indeed.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Like, comment, subscribe, follow us on
You said it all.
YouTube,
Yeah.
Instagram.
All of the socials.
I'm trying to practice that line, Mike.
Yeah.
You know, what's the line? Smash that like button. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every little bit
Do we even
helps,
have a like
right?
button?
What's that?
Do we even have a like button?
Yes, there's a like button on
get-
Spotify.
we get likes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a like on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One.
And there's a like on Instagram. Yeah. We'll get back in touch next week. Thanks for listening. We'll catch up soon.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.